So do you know which subject I am dealing with? Can anybody? Which subject I am dealing with? Can anybody? Ganesh Jadwar, can you please tell me? Naneshwar Raut, my project student. Naneshwar Raut. Do you know which subject I am dealing with? Nobody knows? Whereas I have completed 5 lectures on your class and you are not knowing about which subject I am dealing with. That is your involvement now. Okay, I'm dealing with the virtual lab. So I told you how to open the virtual lab path. I told you the path, how to go for the virtual lab. So here I am in the virtual lab now. Now in this lab, you can go for the Department of Civil Engineering. Under Civil Engineering Department, you can open, array, where is the environment? Whether they have removed. Yeah, here it is, Environmental Lab 1. Until now, yeah, Neeraj and Sonali replied correct answer. I am dealing with the environmental lab. So here the list of experiments we have completed. So total solids, total dissolved solids, total suspended solids, alkalinity. Now we will go for the hardness. What is the aim? To determine the amount of total hardness present in given water sample by using EDTA titration method. EDTA stands for ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. Okay, that is a specific method being used for determination of hardness present in wastewater. Okay, sorry, present in water. We are dealing with environmental engineering 1. That means you are dealing with water supply engineering. So determination of hardness present in water. So theory, you know much about hardness. Still, we will take a look on theory. So hardness is the degree of ability of water to cause precipitation of insoluble calcium and magnesium salts of higher fatty acids from soap solutions. Okay, simply you can say the amount of lather formation capacity of water indicates the hardness of water. It can be recognized into 2 types, that is permanent hardness and temporary hardness. Temporary hardness causes due to the presence of bicarbonates and carbonates of calcium and magnesium. Bicarbonates and carbonates of calcium and magnesium. Fundamental cause for the hardness is calcium and magnesium. But again, it is classified into 2, that is temporary and permanent. Temporary hardness causes due to the presence of carbonates and bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium. Permanent hardness is causes due to the non-carbonate hardness. It's a presence of sulfates, chlorides, nitrates of calcium and magnesium. Again, calcium and magnesium. But which form? Sulfates, chlorides, and nitrates. Okay. So fundamentally, these 2 points you should know about the hardness. Hardness of water is significant in determining the suitability of water for domestic and industrial uses. If it is the hard water, it will not give the better results. Dissolution capacity and all those factors will be affecting. So all these detailed reaction factors we are not going to see in detail. So we'll solve the pre-test first, as usual. So I assume that you are knowing about the fundamental part of hardness and will start solving the hardness test. Okay, so hardness that cannot be removed by boiling is called, answer please in the chat box. I will go with your answers. Hardness that cannot be removed by boiling is called, okay, I received 3 answers. Sweri Civil B63. What is your name, guy? How come I can note your
Mahesh
address?
Salunke.
Huh?
Mahesh Salunke.
Mahesh Salunke. Simply write down BB63 Mahesh Salunke. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Then Swapnil replied, Sonali replied, Naneshwar replied, Akash Navle. Good quantum. So good replies are there. I will go with your answer. Hardness that cannot be removed by boiling is called a permanent hardness. I'm going with your answer. Okay. I will note down your answer. So permanent hardness that cannot be removed by boiling. Then second, hardness of water is due to the presence of salts of. Hardness of water is due to the presence of salts of potassium, chlorine, magnesium, boron. One answer received. Swapnil replied option C. Sonali replied option C. Ganesh replied option A. Again, Priyanka option C. So I will go with majority. Ganesh, excuse me, please. I will go with majority. Option C, I will click. Then select the incorrect statement from the following options. Water which does not form lather with soap and forms white scum is called hard water. Hard water contains dissolved calcium and magnesium salts in it. In hard water, cleansing quality of soap is depressed. Due to the presence of dissolved hardness producing salt, the boiling point of water is poor. What is asked? To select the incorrect statement. So let me know which statement is incorrect amongst the all four. I will go with your answers. Please reply. So these questions, level of this question is very good that you can remember this for competitive examination also. These questions are not asked in a simple manner. Sometimes these questions are asked in a twisted form. So you should focus over here. Yeah, I received one answer from Swapnil Kakade and it is option D. You are correct option. Okay, sorry, I have given answer. Another Sonali Patel is saying option B. Okay, as I mentioned earlier already, option D. So I will go with option D with Swapnil. Okay, Swapnil, I'm clicking on option D. Next, select the incorrect statement from the following options. नहीं चालू केलं का fan? Permanent hardness is due to dissolved chlorides and sulfates of calcium and magnesium. Permanent hardness can be removed by mere boiling of water. It is also known as non-alkaline hardness. The difference between the total hardness and alkaline hardness gives the non-alkaline hardness. Select the incorrect statement. I received one answer. Option B, option B. Swapnil, option B, and then Naneshwar, Sonali, all have given option B. Okay, we'll go with your answer, option B. Then select incorrect statement from the following option. The taste of hard water is better than soft water. The dissolved calcium is in hard water can help to produce strong teeth. Hard water coats the lead piping with a layer of insoluble calcium carbonate, which prevents poisonous lead poisoning dissolving in water. Boiler feed water should also be hard in nature. Incorrect statement. I received options. Option D from Ganesh, option D from Swapnil, option D from Sonali. Okay, no more answers. So I will go with option D and I will submit the quiz and will check the answers. So all answers are correct. We got 5 out of 5. So remember all these questions. So not required. I need to make you understand how to go to this portal. You yourself also can go simply. Anybody can go to this portal, virtual lab, simply type into the Google and go. at least study these MCQs also. Okay. Then what is the procedure? Determination of hardness in water. Okay. Procedure. Objective is to determine the amount of total hardness present in a given water sample by EDTA titration method. Okay. What apparatus are required? Pipette, conical flask, burette, beaker, dropper. I have given an introduction of all these equipments in the last lecture, last practical. So this is a pipette. So this is a pipette. I will take the anode to show you. Okay. This is a pipette. Then conical flask. This is a conical flask. Then burette. This is a burette. Then beaker. This is a beaker. Then dropper. This is a dropper. Okay. So these kinds of equipments are required to start the experiment by using the EDTA titration method. Now, okay. So instead of reading over here in this procedure, simply we will start the simulation and we will understand the procedure. Okay. There over itself. So I will erase this part and I will erase this part so we can go ahead. Now I'm starting the simulation to make you understand how to perform this experiment. Okay, so these are the equipments required. Now standardization of EDTA solution, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. It's a standardization is required because we are titrating against the EDTA solution. So that must be standardized. Whenever you are using a titrant, that titrant must be standardized. Otherwise, how come we will get no that quantity is having a standardized solution? Okay. So I have taken here the burette stand. This is a burette stand. This is a beaker. This is a burette. And this is a funnel. I will put the funnel here in the burette and we'll take the EDTA solution. Okay. By removing the tap, I have taken the EDTA solution with the help of funnel in a burette. Now, burette is filled up to the 0 mark. So these are the very important points, small points. So it is a 0 to 25 scale on this burette. Okay. So you need to adjust up to 0 exactly. If it is extra, you should withdraw. If it is less, you should add it. Okay. Now I will keep aside this bottle by closing the tap and will remove the funnel. Okay. Now we'll go to the next one. Yeah, this beaker is provided to remove the surplus amount. If it is more than this line, then you can withdraw it because we need a known quantity. Now, squeeze the pipette bulb and dip pipette into the calcium carbonate solution. So where is the calcium carbonate solution? It is provided in the beaker. Okay. I will take the calcium carbonate solution from this beaker by squeezing it with the help of this tap pipette and we'll take it into the conical flask. Okay, where we are going to perform the experiment. Elmer. Okay. Now we'll move to the next point. Okay, here is some information provided by them. Ammonia buffer solution is added for removing interference of the particle. Ammonia buffer solution we are adding to remove the interference of the particles. If the particles are present into that, it has to be removed. Okay, so for that purpose, we can take ammonia solution with the bubble and then add into the, put it close and add into the conical flask, drop it here. Simply 3-4 drops are sufficient. Okay. In the experiment, why ammonia buffer solution is added to the sample? Answer please. In this experiment, why ammonia buffer solution is added in the sample? Options: to maintain constant pH, to dissolve the precipitate, both A and B. So option both A and B, dissolve the precipitate as well as to maintain the wrong answer. Option D. Option D was the correct Oh my God, we cannot go back to reread it. Okay, later on we will read it. So this is the ureochrome black tea indicator. I can remove the cap and we'll add few drops of the ureochrome black tea. 2 to 3 drops of the ureochrome black tea indicator will be added into the sample taken into conical flask. Okay. Now, once you are adding ureochrome black tea indicator into the calcium carbonate solution, sample in the sense we have taken calcium carbonate. So first standardization method is started for the EDTA solution. Okay, standardization process means we will get know the normality of EDTA solution. Okay, now it is a brick red color observed when we have added the ureochrome black tea indicator. Now we'll start the titration by opening this tab. EDTA we will be added over here and it will start turning the color from brick red to blue color. Okay, so once this color appeared, blue color, completely blue color, at that time we can note down the readings. Initial reading was 0 because the burette was filled up to this mark, and now the current reading after titration is 10. Okay, then we can put it into the table, observation table. Volume of calcium carbonate that is consumed during the experimentation, it was 10. Okay, now burette reading, initial reading was 0, final reading was 10, and hence volume of EDTA is consumed is 10. So you can put it in here. Calcium carbonate equivalent to 1 ml of EDTA is equal to 10. So what is the formula used here? Volume of calcium carbonate upon volume of EDTA. Okay. Calcium carbonate equivalent to 1 ml of EDTA can be calculated by using the formula volume of calcium carbonate upon volume of EDTA. Volume of calcium carbonate is 10 upon volume of EDTA is 10. So answer will be 1. Okay, we'll check the answer. Answer is correct. 1 degree Clark is equal to 1 part of calcium carbonate per dash parts of water. So who will answer the question? 1 degree of Clark is equal to 1 part of calcium carbonate per 10,000 ml, 30,000 ml, 50,000 ml, 70,000 ml. Okay, if our answer is wrong, can you please, if anybody knows, they can answer. Otherwise, I will put, it's a 70,000. 1 Clark is equal to 170,000 parts per million. Okay. Now sample titration. So this was the standardization process we have done for the EDTA solution. Now actual experimentation with the given water sample, we can start. So same procedure needs to be applied. You can take a funnel, put it into big burette, take a EDTA solution, fill the burette with a EDTA solution, then add EDTA solution into burette up to the 0 mark. Okay, once it is filled, it will be over automatically. Now close the tap and keep aside the EDTA solution. Remove the funnel also. Okay. Now pipette out the sample with the help of pipette and drop into the conical flask with the help of pipette. Now there is a question. Hardness that cannot be removed by boiling is called as. It cannot be removed by boiling is called as. Answer please. Temporary hardness, permanent hardness, both A and B, none of these. Let me know answer. Options please. Yeah, permanent hardness is the correct answer. So I will click on permanent hardness, correct answer. Okay, we'll proceed. So earlier also we have taken ammonia buffer solution to remove the interference of the particles in a solution. Okay, so for the same purpose, means to maintain the pH as well as to dissolve the precipitates in a water. That's why we need to add the ammonium buffer solution. Okay, taken 3-4 drops of the ammonia buffer solution into the sample. Okay, then we'll proceed. We'll add the indicator. For what is the purpose of use of indicator? Indicator is used to measure the colors, to determine the color indication. Okay, so now the color indicator is used. 2 to 3 drops you can add into the sample where you have already added the ammonia buffer solution also. Then titration, it will take the brick red color. Okay, now the question is, idiochrome black tea indicator is used to detect the presence of rare earth metals. Yes or no? True or false? Yes, it is true. Correct answer. Okay, now next, to start the titration method. In the titration method, you can allow to add the EDTA solution in a given water sample where indicator and buffer solution is already added, and note down the final reading. Initial reading already noted as a 0. Final reading you can note down, it is a 6.5. Titration is carried out until the sample changes its color from brick red to blue. Other than some brick red kaitri vegla asel. Wine red लिहिलेला आहे. So we will take wine red to blue. End point is wine red to blue. In a hardness, you should know, remember that for MCQ type of questions, hardness end point is wine red to blue. Or you can remember which indicator is used, which titrant is used. What is the use of ammonium buffer solution? So all these parts you should note down. Okay, answer is correct. Wine red to blue. Now same way you can put the some values in a table. Volume of sample we have taken 100 ml. Burette reading initial 0, final 6.5. Volume of EDTA we have taken 6.5. Oh sorry, volume from final value minus initial value, we will get the volume of EDTA. Calcium carbonate equivalent to 1 ml of EDTA, we have already calculated in earlier part, first part, that is 1. Now, total hardness you can determine by putting the values in formula. What is the formula? Total hardness is equal to A into B into 1000 upon C. A into B into 1000 upon C, where A is the volume of EDTA for sample titration. Then B is the calcium carbonate equivalent to 1 ml of EDTA, and C is the volume of sample taken for titration. Okay, so put the values and calculate and tell me the answer. Guys, calculate the answer and tell me. Calculate it fast.
65.
65. I will put the answer directly, say 65 here. We'll check. Answer is correct. Good. Someone else, Priyanka also dropped the answer in a message box, 65. Which of the following is not a unit of hardness? Okay. Yeah, good question. Huh? Remember that. parts per million, that is ppm, degree centigrade, degree Clark, degree French. Do you know various units of the hardness? And out of that, which one is not the unit of hardness? Someone answered over here. Option B, Swapnil. Swapnil is saying option B, degree centigrade. Yeah, it's a common sense actually. Degree centigrade is used for the temperature. So that's why it cannot be the hardness unit. So good logic applied by the Swapnil. So all other means parts per million, then degree, only degree is also hardness unit. Then what was the else? Degree Clark and degree something else was there. So all these are units of the hardness. Okay. Now the limit of hardness as per BIS standard is 300 milligram per liter. Yes or no? We have studied in the first chapter itself in a water supply engineering. So the what is yes or no? Yes. Swapnil is saying answer is true. So I will go with Swapnil. Option A, correct answer. Good. Now what is the interference of this experiment? The limit of hardness as per BIS standard is 300 milligram per liter. Total hardness of the given water sample is 65 milligram per liter. So it is in the BIS standard range and safe for use. Okay. If we could have determined the answer more than 300, we would have suggested need to go for the treatment as it is not safe for drinking purpose. Okay. So that way, this is the interference we used to write. Okay. Now we have finished the experiment. We'll go back and we'll see the post test. We will solve the post test as we have 15 more minutes to complete. So we will go for post test. Hardness of water is conventionally expressed in terms of equivalent amount of hardness of water is conventionally expressed in terms of equivalent amount of H2CO3, MgCO3, Na2CO3, CaCO3. Answer please. Hardness of water is conventionally expressed in terms of, yes, answer received option D by Swapnil Kakade. Any more else? Okay, nobody else want to answer. Priyanka also answered option D and Swapnil also answered D. So I will click on the option D. Now, according to WHO, that is WHO, the soft water has 0 to dash milligram per liter as calcium carbonate. To what you can say it is a soft water. If it is in the range of 0 to 30, 0 to 60, 0 to 90, 0 to 120. Yes. Answer please. Yes. Option D, B suggested by Swapnil, 0 to 60. Anybody else? Okay. Another answer, option B by Sheetal Bahirode. Okay. I will click on option B. Question number 3, the difference between water. One more option received. Priyanka, was it for the question number 2 or question number 3? I will assume that was for the question number 2. Yeah, thank you. The difference between water that is hard and the difference between water that is hard and water that isn't is what water that is hard has a high concentration of calcium and magnesium ions. Water that is hard has a high concentration of iron and magnesium ions. Water that is hard has high concentration of calcium and iron ions. Water that is hard is low in manganese and calcium ions. So what is the option? I received option A from Shital Bahirwade. I will click on the option A if I am not getting any other option. So I will click on option A and we'll go to the next question. Which of the following is not a unit of hardness? Parts per million, degree Clark, degree centigrade, and degree French. So repetition of question. So I received multiple answers. Good. You people are paying attention, that at least that I'm getting no. So I will click on the option C. Degree Clark is equal to 1 parts of calcium carbonate per dash parts of water. Recently we have solved that also. So option D from Priyanka, Pragati, Swapnil, Sonali. Okay, I will go with your answer, that is, and we'll check the answers. So one more answer received from Shital. We'll check the quiz. So all the questions are correct questions. All the answers are the correct answers. Priyanka, you were late, but you answered correctly. Okay, all the questions are answers are the correct answers. Okay, post test. You got 5 out of 5 in a post test. You got 5 out of 5 in a pre-test. So that way it is. I declare this session is over because we cannot take another one experiment, and I cannot make you to wait over here without any task. So these are the references available over here. Simply I request everybody to go and visit to understand. With fast you can go to virtual lab. As a teacher or as a protocol, I am taking it little slow. But you can read that procedure in detail. You can read that theory in detail. Through that, you will understand the significance of that particular test. Okay, and pre-test, post-test add you or knowledge further. Okay, that way you can enjoy this virtual lab. So I will log in with another device and will note down your attendance timing. I request to keep on reading the theory. So display to you. You can try to understand that chemical reactions too. Okay, I will note down your attendance. Please wait. बरोबर आहे अजून एक 10 मिनिट राहिले. Okay, I hope you have read this part. I will move to the next turn, so you will be able to read the further part. Okay, may I move down little? So further part you can read. And after this reading, you can leave, as I have taken noted down your attendance. After reading this part, you can leave now. If you have any question, you can ask. Or those who have finished, let me know. They can leave. Experiment is completed. If finished reading of this part, they can leave. I hope everybody might have finished. Those who are not leaving the class, though instructions are given, they are not paying attention. It seems like this. So I declare the session is over now, and I will stop the